welcome to another Earth Engine tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create and deploy Earth Engine apps using Jupyter Notebook. Before we get into the details of this tutorial, how to create the app, I want to show you the final product, what the final product looks like. So this is something that you can expect for the app. Essentially, you after you develop Google Earth Engine source code and you have some final output, you have some data layers, you might want to show to people, even those people without Earth Engine account, because if you just send the source code, people won't be able to look at the final output. They will need Google Earth Engine account in order to visualize the results. So this is something that's very useful and for people just want to see the results, and you're going to have an URL that you can just send to people, and this is something that you can create using Jupyter Notebook and the GEMap Python package, and everything here remains interactive. So you can see here the map, these all Earth Engine data layers. You can turn the layers on and off, right? You can also use the, for example, inspector tool to inspect, right? And you can also use the plotting tool. For example, if you have the length set 7, like 7 spectral bands, you can click. You can generate the spectral signature for each point that you create. Similarly, you can also control, for example, the opacity of the layer. So in this case, I'm going to change the opacity for the DM layer. So if you see, if I scroll the slider here from the left, opacity 0 to all the way to 1, right? You can see the changes. So everything remains interactive, and you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can also maximize. Okay, so this is what you're going to create at the end after this tutorial. Okay, so let's get started to the coding. In order to create something like this, you will need, I have prepared some kind of a template for you to use. So all you need to do is to go to my GitHub repo, GEMap, and then go to examples. Under the examples folder, you will find one called Heroku. So this is the app we're going to use. This is the link that I just showed you. So you can click the link. It will open instantly. Not instantly, but basically it's the Jupyter Notebook. So it's going to execute the Jupyter Notebook and then convert all the final outputs to show on the map. It might take some time. You see here, just a few seconds. So, and people don't need to see the source code. You can choose to show the source code if you want. I will show you later how to do that. But for now, let's look at this one. So although I put all the examples within this folder, but I also create another independent repo that you can just go to this one. It might be better. So if you after you get here, you can just click here and go to this repo. So this GEMap Heroku. And so these are all the steps, right? It looks like a lot, but actually it's not. After you set up for the first time, and it'll be very easy to update. So only a few commands that you can you need in order to deploy the app or to update the app. So first of all, you need to sign up for a Heroku account. You can click the link, right click, then from the link you can enter your name and your email and something like that, and then just verify your email. Then you should be able to log in into your account. And also, in order to do this, you will need to install Git. Okay, so this is a common version control that very popular. So you need to make sure that you install this one on your computer using either Windows or Mac computers or Linux. And the second one is the Heroku command line interface. So if you click the instruction here, and it has the installer for Mac and Windows. You also have this one for Ubuntu, but I'm also using Linux, but it's called Manjaro. So this is the one that I can quickly show you how I install the packages. So if you see from here, I can just search this one, Heroku, and then from here it is from this AUR repository, and then from here just hit build and then install. So it is very easy to install that in Linux. And once you install the Heroku apps, not the apps, it's called the command line interface, then we can authenticate. So all you need to do is just to open your terminal. So this is my Linux terminal, and then so all you need to do is just type Heroku login, right? And you will open the browser. So you can just hit enter, and then you open the browser, and then you can log in into your Heroku account. Since I already logged in, so I don't need to do that, and I can just hit Q to cancel. And after this step, you have successfully authenticated. So right now your computer has communication with the Heroku website. So, and the next step is to clone the Git repository. You can either download as a zip file and then you unzip, or you can just click this one. And similarly, I'm going to clone this one to my downloads folder. So I can cd downloads, right? And then right now my downloads folder is empty. And click here to show you, right? And now all I need to do is just git clone, paste, and then hit enter. So now I have this one on my computer. And then from here I can use cd and get into the folder. Once you have get into the folder, if you have Visual Studio Code on your computer, you can type code and then dot, then it's open Visual Studio Code on your computer and automatically open the folder. So this is what it looks like, right? It's only a few like files, and also I have 2 notebook examples within here. So next, create your Earth Engine notebook and put it under the notebooks directory. So it's here. I already provide 2 notebook examples here for you, so you don't actually have to create. But if you have some other notebooks, Earth Engine notebook you want to use, you can just put in here. And once you have the notebook, all you need to do is to come back to here. Let me this way, so it might be easier. Okay. What's the next step? So if you have your notebooks, the next one is to decide your Python dependencies in the requirements.txt. So it's this one. And if you see from here, I have 2 packages. So the first one is voila. So voila is basically on Python packages that you can turn Jupyter Notebook into a standalone application. Basically, I can turn your Jupyter Notebook into a website, and then you can deploy the website to a server. And the Gmap is the one that I developed, so you can use Earth Engine and add Earth Engine data layers. But if you have other libraries that you need, for example, matplotlib or other packages, you can add in here. So for now, I'm just going to use the default. And then the next one is to edit the prog file. So it's this one here. And if you see from, let me maximize, right? All we need to do is to change this one. So for now, I'm going to use the example called gemap.ipynb. I can click this one to show you like what the notebook looks like. Right. So this is just the Jupyter notebook. Pretty simple, right? Import the Gmap packages, and then I execute some data layers, and then I display the map. And lastly, I also have the interactive component so that you can change the opacity. Basically, there is the source code behind the app that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Okay, so this is just the simple Jupyter notebook. And if you have other notebooks under the notebooks folder, all we need to do is just to change this one. So if you have other name, you just change this one to the name of your notebook. And the other one that you might want to customize is here. Strip sources equal to true. Basically, if you set to true, that means the final product won't show the source code, right? So this is the source code, the Jupyter Notebook source code behind. If you also want to show the source code, then you can change this one to false, and then you will show the source code and also the final output. I will show you later how to see the differences between these two. Okay. And then once you make all the changes, so for example, let me show you this one. Let me change this one to false, and then hit save. Right. Once I have this one change, you will see here the source control. So this one that I changed something to from true to false. So I already changed something, and then all we need to do is to commit the changes. So you can either use the command line. I can show you in here. You can use the command line git status, right? And then from here it will show you that this file has been changed. And then you can use git add, right, dot, and then that means you want to add this file, the file to the staging area, and then you can use the git commit and message. But if you use a Visual Studio Code, it'll be much easier. So I'm just going to change here. For example, I say change to show source code. Okay, and then all I need to do is just hit Control Enter, and then it's done. It's the changes has been committed, and then let's follow the next steps. So the next one is to create a Heroku app. So let me go back to here. Heroku create. And by the way, so by default, if you create an app, it's going to give you a random name. If you want something like a name that to be specific, you can use this one, Heroku app :create, and then example. Example is the name that you want to choose. So this name needs to be unique. If this name has been taken by somebody else, then you won't be able to do that. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to use this one to create an app with a random name. So you just hit enter, and then now you have this one. So you will see here, this is the link. It's going to looks like. And before you can, right now the app is not running yet because we need to authenticate Earth Engine. So the next one we're going to look at is this one, config VARs. So you can see from here, this is a simple script that I use to extract the Earth Engine token from your computer and then define as a credential on the Heroku app. So if you want, I can, let me click this one here, because right now it's just a simple app. It has nothing, it has not been deployed yet. So, and all we need to do is to come back to here. So we need to run this script that's here. You can either hit F5 to run this one, or you can use the terminal. So similarly, I can just do it here, Python, and then use config, right? And all you need to just hit enter. Then if you don't see any error message, that means now it's successfully executed. Now we have the last steps. So all we need to do is just to push the changes to the Heroku website. So git push HOKU master, and then hit enter. Then all the changes that you have made to the app is going to be pushed to the Heroku account. So for now, you can go to your account, and let me show you. So once you log into your account, you should be able to see the list of the apps that has been created. So the one that we just created is this one. So if you click in, right, and you see right now it's building. So if you on the right here, you see it's building the app for you, and it should be ready in a few seconds. And you can look through if you want, right? And basically, the Earth Engine token is here. If I hit review, you should be able to see the Earth Engine token, because you need this one in order to authenticate Earth Engine. Otherwise, it won't be able to run the Earth Engine source code. Let me pause this one here. Okay, so now the push to the app has been completed. So the last step is that you can open the app. You can either click the link in here, or you can just type Heroku open, and then it's open the app on your browser. So now you see here executing 1 2 3 4 5 6, because we have 6 code block here in this notebook. And as you can see in here, now you have the app, right? So you have the link. You can send this link to anyone, even if they don't have Google's Engine account, they should still be able to open this one. So execute the source code, and you show all the outputs, right? And like I showed you at the beginning, you can control the opacity of the layers. You can turn the layers on and off. Okay, so it's very flexible. It's basically just a Jupyter notebook, but this notebook right now is a standalone application. People don't need to have Jupyter notebook installed on a computer in order to see your result. It's just like a website. So it's pretty nice. And so if you want to hide the source code, for example, in here, I don't want people to see the source code. All you need to do is just to go back to here and change this proc file. So if I change this one, strip source code to 2, and then save. And similarly in here, now this file in here, I can change to, for example, change basically hide source code, right? And then all you need to do is just hit Control Enter on your computer to commit the changes. And once you commit the changes, then you can use the terminal again to push the changes to the Heroku server. So all you need to just type this one here, git push, and then just hit enter. And you will see this one, this time it won't take that long, because you already have others successfully built, so it won't build from scratch again, but it might take a few minutes. And I will come back when this is completed. Okay, so the app has been successfully deployed, and all we need to do again is just type Heroku open, then it's open the app, and now let's see what it looks like. It should not have the source code. So now the source code is gone, and you only see this, but it might take a few seconds, then the map will be displayed because it's executing the source code. And I will show you later once it's let's keep the browser open. So next I'm going to show you what you can customize on the website. So this is the app, right? And if you navigate to your account, and you see here the activities, that how you deploy and build the app. Okay, so now you have this one, right? So this is the final product that I show you at the very beginning, right? And you can see here, now you don't see the source code. So it's very, very useful for people to share their products or their projects without disclosing their source code if they want. And in here, you can have a lot of settings that you can customize. So for example, you can connect this repo to your GitHub account, and you can search your repo, for example, GEmap, because I have one called GEmap Heroku, right? And then I can just connect. So in the future, if you push the changes to your GitHub account, it will automatically connect and then rebuild that for you. So in this way, you don't have to push your changes to the Heroku. You can just push the changes to GitHub, and then everything should be automatically deployed. And you can have all kind of activities. You can have the settings, like see what it looks like. You can click here to review the Earth Engine token. So, and okay, I think that's pretty much. So in here, you can also open the app from here. So open application, then you open the links and create open the app that you created. So similarly, it might take a few seconds. Right now it's pretty quick, right? And then you can use the inspector to do everything that you can do on your local computer. So this is very, very nice. You have all the IPy leaflet and IPy widgets component interactive. So thanks to the Python package called voila, very, very powerful. Okay, I think that's all for this tutorial. If you enjoy this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also leave comments down there. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.